Coming to the stage, our next speaker is Dee Dee Vicino.
Thank you so much for having me. I am Dee Dee Vicino, CEO and founder of AllerCuisine.com. You can find me there. For those of you who are unfamiliar with AllerCuisine, it is a food allergy management company, consulting and professional development. Sounds so exciting, doesn't it? I can see y'all about to jump out of your seats saying, why am I here? Listen to this little girl talk about food allergies. We're going to have fun, I promise. We are going to have some fun as we move forward. The first thing I need you to do, however, is I need you to close your eyes and just think of something. Think something. Think anything. Think something. I want you to open your eyes, and I want you to say that something. Say something to your neighbor. She thought about a cheeseburger. That's awesome. She must be hungry. We're breaking for lunch soon, I promise. Give me 15 minutes, and we are out the door. I heard a lot of the words. I heard purple. I heard dog. I heard cheeseburger. Those, I don't even know where those words came from. But I will say this. You did not follow directions. Because the directions were to think something. That's one word. Something. Anything. And the reason our brains go to all these different places is because we get caught up in our heads. I can give a simple direction, probably 2 steps, and somebody's going to make it 15 steps because they want to impress their boss, they want to impress me, they want to walk into the boardroom, they want to make it all fabulous, and they are the best employee, and keep it simple. We just get caught up in complexity. Food allergy management, it's not rocket science, guys. It's food and management. It's simple. It really isn't hard. But if you don't know it and you don't understand it, it can seem really, really hard, especially when we're talking about policies revolving around food allergies, if we're talking about professional development revolving around food allergies. It's a little something, something, but we can break it down, and we're going to. I do need to clarify, when I talk about food allergies, I'm not just talking about food allergies. I'm talking about all food issues. I'm talking about food allergies, intolerances, celiac disease, IBS, diabetes, anything that affects you. Because if it affects you, it affects your work. And if it affects your work, it affects your boss. And if it affects your boss, it affects the bottom line. So that's why we're here today, to talk about all of those things. Before we do that, though, I'd like to give you a little bit of background on me so you understand who I am and why I'm talking to you about all of this, so I'm not just a crazy food allergy lady to you. That I'm somebody maybe a little serious, not a lot serious, but a little serious. Do I have your permission to talk a little bit about my backstory? Thank you. 1992, we're going to go back in time. 1992. I had my very first baby, cute as could be. She used to make all these little squeaky noises. She was adorable. A year later, I found out she had dairy allergies and egg allergies. She was 1. It wasn't too hard to manage when she was 1. Harder to manage when she was 2. Even more difficult when she was 3 and going to birthday parties where they have cake and ice cream. Hey, she couldn't have that. So I had to figure out what to do with all of these events so she wouldn't be excluded, because she felt excluded. Kids could have ice cream. She could not. If she did, she vomited and was sick for a couple of days. So it was something in 1996. Now in 1995, I can add. So from 1992 to 1995, because there weren't a lot of specialty stores. There weren't a lot of specialty products. There was no Google. There was no Facebook. There was no MySpace. All of the research I had to do was on my own at bookstores with doctors and at libraries. I had to drive 45 minutes just to buy safe milk products for her, because there weren't alternative milk products in our mainstream grocery store. 45 minutes to go to the specialty food store. It was all kinds of fun. Then 2 years after that, baby number 2 came. A year later, guess what? Milk allergy, egg allergy, same thing, same trials, same tribulations. But we managed it, because by then I was a pro. I'd been doing this for a few years. I knew the drive. I was so happy when they opened Bread of Life in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I did not have to drive to Whole Foods in Boca Raton. Made my life a little bit simpler. So that was how my journey began with food allergies. We're going fast forward now to 2008. Who remembers what happened in 2008? Hey, that's what it wasn't, no, it was a stock market crash. No, it shook the world. It was a stock market crash. It was huge. People jumped out of windows. They committed suicide. I lost 75% of my net worth in 2008. Put my house up for sale, moved in 2009. I was a stay-home mom. I was divorced. I was a single stay-home mom, which was a great, great job for me. Didn't marry well, obviously. Did divorce well, so I could stay home with my children, which was fabulous. That changed in 2008. I had to go back to work. Not a terrible thing for me. Terrible thing for my little one, who was used to having mom at home. And now her home was gone. And her mom was gone most of the day. And when her mom came home, she had more work to do because I was teaching. So I had to grade papers and essays and talk to parents and all that fun stuff that comes with teaching. Her sister left a year later to go to college. She had a severe learning disability that went undiagnosed, so we did not know she had a severe learning disability till sometime later. So she wasn't doing well in school. So between losing the house, losing the mom, losing the sister, not doing well in school, excluded from honor roll, excluded from the cool kids table, she started spiraling out of control and getting herself in all kinds of trouble. I won't go into all of the details. I will tell you at one point she tried to drive a car that she stole from me off an overpass because she was so excluded and so down on herself that she wanted to be done. She was done. She was done. She did not succeed, fortunately. She's doing awesome now. She's on Dean's list. Everything's fabulous. Thank you. Great. She's so cute. I'll show you her picture later, maybe. So I plucked her up out of Fort Lauderdale because I just didn't even know what was happening. Popped her down in Colorado, where she's doing well, which meant I had to give up my job. I had to give up my career, and I had to change. So there was a transition for me. I had to transition from teaching into a whole other career. And I found my dream job. Found it, great, great, great job. Didn't come with a dream boss, walked away from that job. Decided I would never have a boss again unless it was this girl right here. So that's what we're doing. I opened this company, started this company. You know what I don't know how to do? Run a company. No idea. So I hired a coach. I hired another coach. I hired an executive coaching team. I hired a speaking coach who's fabulous and wonderful. Oh, she makes me so happy. Dr. Sonia, if you don't know her, you should. And I say that because if you're walking a walk that you don't know, if you're walking a walk that you are unfamiliar with, you need someone who understands that walk. You need someone who can guide you down a path you haven't been down before. You could be the smartest person in the whole wide world. You could be running a multi-million-dollar company. But if you don't know how to write effective food allergy policy, that's not going to help you. And why? Why do you want an effective food allergy policy? Why? Why would anyone? Why don't companies have them? Anyone? Anyone? They don't think it's that important. Money. They don't have the money because sometimes you have to hire outside, right? Let me tell you something. You cannot afford not to have a food allergy policy. You can't do it. And I will explain to you why. If you have a food allergy in this room, please stand up. If you have a food intolerance, please stand up. If you have celiac, please stand up. If you have IBS, please stand up. If you have any other dietary, look around this room. Look at all of the people standing up. Take a look at them in the eyeballs. Just take a look at them. Do you want these people safe at work? Yes. Do you want them to feel included at work? Do you want them to feel like they have a safe spot at the table at work? Yes. They need to have a safe seat at the table. Everybody say it. Safe seat at the table. What do they need? A safe seat at the table. One more time. What do they need? Safe seat at the table. Every single one of them. Let me tell you something very, very quickly. Y'all can sit down. Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause for being brave enough to stand up. Thank you, thank you. Good Lord, it's hard to do that, isn't it, to admit those things? It is. I'm going to throw some numbers at you really, really quickly because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I need you to understand the impact. 250 million people in this country have food allergies, just food allergies. 25 to 45 have IBS. 3 million people have celiac disease. 3 million. 32 American adults have food allergies. Now, I know y'all going to Google that, and you're going to say, it doesn't say that right here, Dee Dee, on Google. It says 32 people in America, not adults. Wrong numbers. New numbers came out. They haven't been updated online. 1 in 10 Americans. There's 320 million people in this country. We do the math, that's 32 million adults, right? You add all of that up together, you've got 76 million people suffering from food allergies or other special dietary needs. That's 25% of the U.S. population. Adults. That's 25% of your workforce that are coming to work scared that they're going to get sick at work because people are bringing in food that they can't be around, disengaged because they're worried, absent because they're sick, and just unhappy and depressed because nobody seems to care about them. Workers who feel included at work harder, they work smarter, they show up, they sing your praises, they're loyal, they don't leave you. Employee retention goes up when we take care of them. Employee productivity goes up when we take care of them. They're singing your praises. They're not going anywhere. When we take care of them. When they feel like they have a safe seat at the table. When they feel like what? They have a safe seat at the table. When they feel like what? Safe seat at the table. Absolutely. And it isn't that hard, y'all. I promise you, if you commit to a sound food allergy policy, if you commit to quality professional development for your people, I promise you, you walk this journey with me, somebody who knows this path, who has been down this road, in schools, in hospitals, with my own darn kids. You will walk away with a sense of clarity about what you need to do in your workplace that you never knew before. You will have a very well-defined structure of what you need to do to make sure everybody has what?
A safe seat at the table.
Very good. You will walk away with a policy that is so sound, so simple, that anybody can follow it. Everyone will know what it is, and they're going to be happy to do it because they want their coworkers to have what?
A safe seat at the table.
Very good. And productivity will go
Up.
Employee retention will go
Up.
Your bottom line will go
Up.
$18,000 per employee is what is lost every year due to employee absenteeism, disengagement, and depression in the workplace. You got 25% of your people with one of these issues, 25% of your workforce, $18,000 a year for every one of them. You do that math. Now tell me, can you afford not to have a food allergy policy in your workplace? No, you cannot. So I tell you what, I would love, love, love to have a more conversation with you about this. I don't want to take up your time. I know I'm getting close to time. So we're going to wrap up in just a moment. One more question, though, before we do. One more question before we do. I need a volunteer. Just one. You are the hiring expert at your company. You're the hiring specialist. I am interviewing for a job. I walk in. So nice to meet you. Okay, now, you're going to ask this employee how much they're willing to give, right? How much can you give to this company?
How much can you give this company?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me. This is my dream job. I can give you 75% every day.
What are you talking about?
So that's what I got, 75%.
Why not 100?
Well, because I'm sick sometimes. Would you hire me if I could only give you 75%?
Never.
She would not hire 75%. What do you want?
95.
95%. What do you want?
100%.
100%. What do you want? 100%. 95%. 100%. 100%. Thank you very much. You will not accept 75%. I would not accept 75%. I would love to walk this path with you and bring you from 75 to 95 to 100 to 110. I got this table back here with all kinds of goodies, free gifts for people who come and shake my hand and say hello and smile really big. And we can talk more about how to get you from 75 to 95 to 100. I'm Dee Dee Vicino from AllerCuisine.com. You can follow me on social media, Dee_AllerCuisine everywhere. You find me all over the darn place. I'm everywhere. Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.